get ready with me for the Pastel Goth aesthetic is how I'm going to be expressing myself today. Actually, I almost grabbed the foundation. I generally don't put foundation on first. It's my first get ready with me video, so bear with me. Usually I don't even always put eyeshadow primer on. But apparently I am today. Usually I put a little bit of eyeshadow primer on the lids. Not too much. When I wear eyeshadow primer, it's generally when I'm gonna be having my eyeshadow on for a while, like hours upon hours. So this is the first video I'm filming tonight. Maybe that's the plan, to film a bunch. There are no rules with alternative forms of expression. Think of it as art. There are certain genres. For example, say with art there's abstract art, but there's various types of abstract art. It's kind of like that with goth. And I don't always dress as goth, but it's one of my favorite ways to express myself, especially with makeup. Oftentimes, but not required, with the pastel goth look, pastel colors of makeup are used. Oftentimes hair, clothes. You can also mix it up with contrast, so pastel and black, or a lot of black with a little bit of pastel. Alright, so I'm going to start with a base color for the shadow. Usually I don't like to put too much of a lighter base on my lid, especially if I'm doing a darker color on top, but it's fine today because I'm actually going to be doing a yellow for my lid. And I like to do my shadows first because usually, no matter what I've tried, there's always fallout. And then that's why I like to do my foundation after, so I don't have to worry about redoing parts of my foundation or my concealer under my eye. And then for the base color, I like to bring it up all the way to the brow. And I usually pick a lighter color to brighten up the eyes, make them look bigger, and it also just accents the brow nicely. Let me know if you like these or this get ready with me video, because then I'll do this more often. It's while I'm getting ready to film a bunch of content, might as well film it if this is what y'all are into. I know I've actually had a lot of people request for makeup tutorials. This isn't really a makeup tutorial, it's more of chill. I'll be talking about random things and the way I like to express myself, because I feel as though that's what I'm about, expressing yourself. So I would want you to do colors and a different style makeup that you feel like fits you. But it'd also be awesome if maybe I inspired you in some way with makeup, or maybe even if you don't like makeup, other parts of my style or fashion. Okay, I'll put some of the yellow. Oh, I really like this color, especially with my hair color. I think this is even when I didn't have this hair color, this was one of my favorites. Well, I have a lot of favorite colors, but yellow is one of my favorite colors, so is black. Generally, for the eye, I'll kind of look down and see and make sure the shadow kind of goes over. That also is a trick for having the eyes look nice and big. I just like my eyes looking big in general. Like, when they look big to me, when I do these tricks, I look more awake as opposed to, you know. And I kind of like it being a little bit messy. So the shadow doesn't have to be perfect. And then blending. Oh, yeah. I like putting shadow underneath also. For some reason on my eyes, I like lighter colors better. The other day I went to the cemetery and it was snowing. It was so pretty. I posted a picture on my Instagram story. Blending's really important. I always think it's funny when I open my mouth when I'm doing makeup. Like, is that really necessary? Gonna put a little bit more yellow on the blending brush for this part. Okay. And then generally, I like to get makeup remover. Clean up the fallout just a tiny bit. I don't really have to do it too much since this color is light. So my concealer should go right over it, but it's best to not mix the colors unless that's part of the look that you want to do. I don't really want my concealer looking yellowish. I guess this color is almost like a yellowish orange. But I'm very impressed with how much it matched my hair. I didn't even think about that when I was putting this look together. Usually I just kind of go with it. I almost channel what will look great. Sometimes my looks are also magically inspired. Alright, so I gotta move my bangs because I'm going to be doing the foundation part. This is a matte foundation. I'm not going to be saying what products I'm listening to. I'm not going to say what products I'm using just because I feel as though everyone should find what works for them. Everyone has a different skin type and whatnot, and over the years I've just had to find what brands and products work best with my skin. It did take a long time. I usually go a lot lighter, as you can see. I like that dramatic, almost clown, jester, exaggerated goth. I mean, I don't even think it's exaggerated. My favorite, and I actually have a lot lighter foundation. Like, this foundation actually has a skin tone color to it. I have foundation that's pure white, which is more of a clown look, but it doesn't even have to be clown. For example, if I'm going to a goth club, I tend to put more dramatic colors on, so I would do probably this or the white. these new makeup brushes, so this is my first time using this one actually. Well, these red brushes are then part of a new set that I got. Some of the brushes I'm using tonight are actually brushes I've had for years that I really like. I got this set, to be honest, because I like how the bristles are red. Okay, this isn't my favorite brush. It's actually not going on smooth for the foundation. So, next time I do my foundation, I would use a different brush that I have. That's a lot nicer. It is what it is. Like I said, I kind of like the messy look. I should have taken. Usually I don't have my piercings on when I'm doing my makeup. I forgot. Sometimes if I haven't done my makeup like this in a while, which I actually haven't for weeks, I forget about how I like to do things. Well, it looks way more exaggerated when I see how it looks on the camera. Okay, and I need to take my lip gloss off actually. I have oily skin, and I like to blend it also down here on the neck just a little bit. I kind of like picking a shade that's lighter than my normal shade, but not too light to where it's extremely noticeable. Even though it looks really white on the camera right now. Okay, I'm actually going to do my concealer. I have a concealer that's not quite as light for the under eyes. Because I notice for some reason if it's the same, if it just looks more natural when it's a little bit darker than the foundation, especially with pictures. And I don't like to do it too heavy with the concealer, because then I'll get cakey on the under eye. Ah, I forgot to do something already. Usually I put a tiny bit of eye cream under the concealer so it doesn't get dry. But luckily this concealer that I'm using is actually pretty moisturizing, so it's okay. It's not a big deal if I forgot to put a tiny bit of eye cream underneath. Sometimes I like to draw different shapes and put gems on my face and whatnot. I also like to kind of dab underneath to not have too much concealer on the under eye, because then it'll look really shiny. I did prep my skin. There are certain steps I take to prep my skin before I do my makeup, so that'll look smooth and not too shiny and whatnot. Alright, now it's time for the contouring. I like this contour stick. One day I'd like to find a more dramatic color contour. Whether it's like a darker gray or something, but this is the best one that I've found so far, and I like how it just blends in nicely. to make sure that I don't get it in my hair. Sometimes I'll put my foundation on my hair, which is not good, especially since I have light pastel color hair, because then I have to wash it out and it'll usually wash the color out. And then I like to blend it in. So I'm just gonna use the same brush I actually used for my foundation. The point of contour is to exaggerate certain features like the cheekbones, create shadows. Especially it's good to do when I'm having a foundation that's really pale. It'll bring interest. Generally, this shape on the nose is to slim the nose a little bit, and then what I did around my lip area is to help the lips look slightly plumper. Now it's time for the translucent powder to set what I've done so far. Okay, I like this powder brush so far. It does pick up a lot of powder though, but I actually like that. So this is for the win. I actually like this powder brush more than the one that I usually use. It's nice and big too. The one I usually use, I feel like it doesn't pick up enough powder. And now for the brows, I like to take a little bit of the foundation off the brows. I also like the brows to look more on the natural side. That was funny because recently I was watching some of my older YouTube videos and I really did my brows pretty dark and defined. I feel like I need to sit back to be comfortable. Yeah, with my face tattoo. It's an extra step. And I do want to get more face tattoos. Usually I like to use a little bit of water actually. What? Should be okay. Alright. So taking the foundation off my lips so then it doesn't do anything to the color I'm choosing. Alright, one thing at a time. I usually kind of go all over the place sometimes. Now I'm gonna just make sure my eyebrows or hairs are nicely in place. drawing lines as if they're hairs. Not too thick, not too defined. I also pick a lighter color so that I can just kind of blend it. It almost just looks like it's my hair. And then I have another brow makeup applicator that colors the individual hairs. So that helps define it while keeping it natural. Lip pencil. To get the general shape and keep the lipstick in place. Lips. Oh, blush too. I tend to go for peachy colored blushes, not even just because I have orangey hair. I've always kind of really liked peachy blush. Like this, I can use more. Okay, I can start putting my bangs down. Since forehead makeup's done. In case you didn't notice, I like dramatic lashes. I feel as though it really adds to the pastel goth look in my opinion because, like I said, I like the contrast sometimes of black with pastel colors. And I'm trying to think of what else I need. Oh yeah, I actually have gems. I thought I would put some gems on. Some cute little teardrop shape. Hopefully this works out the way that I was planning on having it work out. Because I don't usually wear gems. It's been a while. Just gonna do... see how this works. Alright, so I put a little bit of eyelash glue there. And then I'm hoping that these gems will stick. Probably needs a minute to get a little sticky. Hopefully I put enough on. Let's see. Gems are a lot easier to do than drawing, so I'm actually going to start using gems more often. And that's the finished look. What do you think? Did you think that it took this many steps to get my sort of style of makeup that I like to do? Like this video, subscribe, follow the path to my ASMR playlist, check out the description for ways to support me. I love you.